Old School is back. Parallax Software are bringing us the beautiful, the incredible Descent. Dave, do you like this game? Did you used to play a lot of this game?
I like this game. It was originally a PC game, and that was where I first saw it. And I was really, really impressed and really blown away back in the day when I looked at this and saw this.
Yeah, I remember... Now, I haven't played this, guys, but I remember... Wow, look at that. I remember seeing screenshots of this. It's a first-person shooter, isn't it?
It's like you're almost like in a little craft going through a tunnel. It's like a tunnel-based shooter, this one, as you're going to see when we get into the gameplay. Wow,
this looks cool.
Prepare for Descent. Here we go.
Yeah, I do remember this game, mate. So have you played this version or only the PC version?
See, I played the PC version. The PS1 version, I've got to be honest, I've never played. I've got to get used to the controls because it will be very different to what I'm used to. In fact, I can tell you about the controls right now. It's weird to control.
Is it?
Yes, I'm using the triangle button to advance forward. The directional buttons are moving the craft around so I can change my view. Square and circle are sort of strafing, if you like I'm doing now. It's really, really weird. And the shoulder buttons are the fire buttons, Mike.
It's got the disruptors about it, hasn't it, graphically?
It has. I think it looks really, really good for a game from '96.
So
I think it looks very good.
Looks wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, I've just pulled up the wiki because I don't know a lot about this game's background. And there's a section here which I find interesting. This will probably apply to the MS-DOS or the Macintosh version. But anyway, it says, players can play online and compete in either death matches or cooperate with friends to take on the robots.
That is awesome. I didn't realise this game was an online game. That's fantastic.
I mean, obviously, we won't be able to do that on PlayStation. PS1.
No, not on PS1. But yeah, if we set up a DOSBox emulator, we might be able to play this online. Who knows? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's... I like the looks of this, mate. I loved my shooters. I still do. I really love my shooters.
Yeah,
and this looks cool.
I absolutely adored this when I saw it on the PC. I've actually only ever played a demo of it on the PC. I thought this was awesome. I loved it. I love the graphic, the setting. It's awesome. But the controls on the PS1, they take some getting used to, as you're going to see. It's really, really tough to control.
What was it? Mouse and keyboard? Was it on PC?
Yes, it was. Or you could plug in a controller, which I had a gamepad, so I could use with my PC back in the day. It was really good.
Because it all looks a little bit sluggish with using the PlayStation controller.
Yeah, it's because I'm trying to get used to it. I mean, you can see I'm now sort of flipped up on my side, which is taking some getting used to. I've collected some rockets that I can use with the R1 button. Okay, that's good. Right, where do I go now? It's one of these types of games.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sure I don't go down there. I'm sure I go up here. Anyway, yeah, so this is a lot of fun. It really is. And, of course, you've got a lovely CD audio soundtrack in the background because it's the PlayStation.
I was just going to comment on the music. It's really atmospheric. It's really good. Did the PC version, or does the PC version look a lot better than this?
Yeah, it does. It runs at a higher resolution, so it will look a lot nicer than this.
Probably a good frame rate as well.
Probably quite similar. Again, it would have depended very much on your PC hardware, and this is why, certainly back in those days, console gaming was so simple. You didn't have to worry about, what VGA card have I got, how much RAM have I got, how much disk space have I got. You just chuck the CD into the console and hit the power button, and that was it.
Yeah, it's why I mean, it is the pitfalls of PC gaming. I do PC gaming now, but it is generally why I prefer console gaming still. Just like you say, fire it up from your sofa and play.
Yeah, totally agree. And it was even more of an issue back in the day because there were so many different types of configuration that you could have. Knowing that you had the right hardware for the game was always the thing with these PC games.
Yeah, whereas in this case, it would just be, have you got a PlayStation? Yes. Has it got PlayStation written on the box? Yes. I can play.
Yeah, exactly that. Have you got a controller? Well, I hope you have because you've got a PlayStation, so therefore you can play it. Preferably a memory card so you can actually see
I was going to say, I was going to say, have you got a memory card? No, I didn't own a memory card for I would say, the first 3 weeks of the PlayStation's life because I couldn't afford that as well. It never came bundled with the PlayStation, the first edition PlayStation. It was separate. Yeah. And I used to get really far in Tomb Raider because that's the game, one of the first games I bought with the PlayStation, get really far in it and be like, I got to do all this again unless I just leave the PlayStation on all night, which I tried to do, and then I'd wake up and go, Mum, you turned my PlayStation off again, I haven't got a memory card.
Yeah, I was the same as you. When I first got a PlayStation, I didn't get a memory card for quite a while. And similar to yourself, I'd start making progress in Tomb Raider, actually, in Die Hard Trilogy, only to not be able to save it.
Yeah, it was annoying. It's like,
oh, and Dave's dead.
This looks like a bit of a struggle. It looks, I mean, it's all supposed to be tight, narrow corridors to make you feel claustrophobic, and I like that about it. But I don't know. I would probably find this a bit frustrating as well, especially if you are struggling with these archaic controls.
Yeah, it is the controls of the PlayStation, because this is before, of course, we had the analog, which twin sticks, so 2 analog sticks like the DualShock controller had, or the dual analog, would have made this game so much better. Trying to play with triangle to go forward and cross to go backwards, and the directional path
is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm having to do, because that's the control scheme for this game, is what's making it look harder and feel a lot harder to play. If this was analog, this would be an absolute joy to play.
That is that's off-putting. That is probably why I wouldn't go and play this, to be honest, mate, if that is the control system.
That's the control scheme, yeah, absolutely. Because it's pre-analog, so you would have had all these horrible buttons to press instead of just an analog stick to move, or 2 analog sticks to move.
Let's have a look how this reviewed then. Let's have a gander. So it's Parallax Software, like I said at the top of this video. I have to admit, I don't know that development studio. I can't remember anything else they did. Dave, yourself?
No, Parallax is one I'm not sure of as well. So we'll have to look into what other games that they did and see if there's any interesting ones.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that in a sec, actually. Reception. Let's have a look. So, oh wow. This reviewed really well. Really, really well. All the PC gaming magazines, it had real high scores, like 96%, 94%.
Wow. That's awesome.
And at GameSpot on Edge are quite a hard reviewing magazine. You know, they would not just give out scores or high scores to just anything. They give the PS1 version 8 out of 10. Both sites did, or both publications did, which is interesting.
That's quite cool. So they even like the PS1 version of the game. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Let's have a look at Parallax Software as well. Oh!
Go on.
So Parallax... Parallax are now known as Deep Silver Volition. So Deep Silver are the guys... Yeah. I think Deep Silver, the guys who make Dead Island and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Saints Row.
Yeah, Volition. Volition did Saints Row, didn't they, I think?
I might be wrong on Dead Island, actually. I'm reading through this. But anyway, yeah, the Parallax were basically bought by Deep Silver Volition, or rather just Volition Inc. So yeah, they acquired them. So that's who they are.
Yeah, awesome. So they've got some other good games that we can check out in future, especially actually Saints Row on the 360. That would be one we need to cover. Yes,
especially as well because we've recently had the Saints Row remake, which got absolutely panned at launch. I think it looks like a lot of fun, I've got to say, but it's a kind of game I'd pick up if it was like a tenner in sale. I wouldn't pay full price for it.
Yeah, sounds like a really, really poor, ropey, very, very sketchy kind of remake of it, or remaster of the original game, to be honest.
Yeah. But this has been Descent, guys. I think it looks decent. Decent?
Decent.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I would probably prefer to check out the PC version, though, from what Dave has told me about the control scheme for this. As always, check out more content coming to the channel. Check out the retro football videos, I should say. We've got loads of other stuff planned as well. Speak to you all soon.